Hello everyone! We're going to be making a video about
private Hagwons versus
public! Oh yeah. So yeah, basically the pros and cons of private and public schools.
So cons. Let's move on to cons. Cons are the great things that really determine what decision we want to make. So let me tell you some Hagwon.
Oh boy.
You can do that while I'm talking. I think that might be great, a good distractor. Because I mean the cons are so terrible at Hagwons. So first of all, hours. 10 hours, sometimes.
Bloody heck.
Sometimes yeah, you're working 10 hours.
Really?
You have 1 hour of break, so that's your lunch hour. But then that's 9 hours, and that includes teaching and prep time. And lots of times you don't get a lot of prep time. There's also different start and finish times. For example, my Hagwon started at 9 AM and finished at 7. But sometimes you can start at 1 and finish at 10, or you start at 2 and you finish at 11. It really depends on the Hagwon and their hours, but they're all over the place. Significantly more work time than at a public school. And actually more work put into it. Like lesson planning. Did you have to make a lesson plan?
Oh, lesson plan, lesson schman.
Lesson plans. You have to make your own lesson plans most of the time. If you're lucky, you get a Hagwon that makes your lesson plan. You have to be able to put together your own lesson plan with the books that they give you. Plus, there's employee negligence. Most of the time, your boss is not going to care about you. She hired you or he hired you for one specific purpose: to teach English, to talk. That is it. Wow. You are a number to her. You are the 7th foreign teacher that showed up to the school. That's it. And there's easily more problems with money. Money is huge, surrounding specifically things like pension and overtime. Now, if you do the math quick, let's say 10 hours a day minus 1 hour, that's 9 hours. 9 times 5 is 45. 45 plus times 4 is 180. 180?
45 plus 45 equals 90. 90 plus 90 is 180.
That's right. Just because I'm Asian doesn't mean I'm good at math.
He's not good at math. And he's only half Asian anyways. So
I'm even worse at math. 180 hours. That's crazy. So most places you will get charged. You should be getting paid overtime after 150 hours. Not happening. Overtime does not exist unless you can literally prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was work time. Which most of the time they can't. You can't do that. Pension. You have to pay into pension. That is law. Hagwons do not make you pay pension.
Some Hagwons. I don't know. We're talking from experience, so we can only talk about what we experience. That's the disclaimer that I didn't add in the beginning. Don't worry, we'll add that at the end.
Pension. Make sure that that's something that you get put into your contract. You always have to negotiate with that pension. Why? Because it helps you, and you have to do it.
It's law. It's
law. Scheduled vacation. How many vacation days do you get?
21 weekdays. 21
weekdays. How many vacations do Hagwons get? They get 10 scheduled. 5 in August, 5 in December. That is it. And you get red days, or the holidays. That's it. Those are your vacation days. You do not get to plan anything more. And you have limited free time. You want some downtime when you're at work. But most often than not, you're stuck having to actually prepare and work towards your next class. Limited free time.
It sucks.
It does.
I have too much time now. I don't know.
I hate you.
You're not even working anymore, so I hate you. So now the cons of public schools. And I don't think there are that many, but there are certainly a sizable amount. So let's just go through those. So the first con is that it's pretty damn repetitive. Constantly doing the same stuff over and over, year by year. So if you work in the same school for an extended period of time, i.e. 3 years, you may be doing the same, teaching the same book to the same kids.
You get pretty good.
Rotated. Yeah, that's true. You get really good at your books, but you're not doing anything different. Same year, different year, same stuff, etc, etc. So it gets kind of boring after a while because there's only so many times you can teach that same book, seriously. That takes me to my next con, which is you have to work out of a book. Some people think that's good, that you don't have to lesson plan a lot, But the fact that you don't really have much freedom over what you're teaching can kind of get a bit annoying, because sometimes you might want to integrate something that you've seen used in a classroom somewhere, you know, a different kind of topic that you think is important for kids to learn. It's kind of hard because you can't really teach any of that. I mean, the books cover most things you need to know, but not enough. So that kind of sucks. But Hagwons, they have a lot more freedom, I guess, with their lesson planning.
YouTube.
My next two cons that go together is that you are probably the only native teacher in your public elementary school if you're working there. You will not see many foreigners. Probably won't see any foreigners at all, because you'll probably be the only one there. And that goes on to my next con, which is it can be pretty isolating and lonely when you're the only person who speaks English, minus your co-teacher and a couple of teachers who are too scared to speak to you anyways. So that kind of sucks, but sometimes it's good being the weird one, having all that minority stuff going for you. Another con is that you have to do early mornings. If you're working at a public schools, they start class at 9 AM maybe, so you have to be in maybe 8:30. I know some schools you have to be in at 8 o'clock in the morning. If you're not an early bird, it's gonna suck to be you. So I don't mind waking up early, I'm used to it. 3 years I've been doing it now. I should be able to, actually that's a lie, I can't get out of bed in the morning. I just fight my alarm clock every morning and I'm like, snooze.
How many alarms do you have?
Snooze, 3.
3?
Yes.
You might want a 4th one.
Hagwons, you get to wake up a bit later in some cases, depending on your Hagwons. So it's kind of better, I guess, time-wise for Hagwons, but they work longer hours, so that kind of sucks. So usually I finish teaching all my classes by 12-10 PM most days, and the rest of the time till 4:40 I'm just chilling. And the next con is that you have to do summer and winter camp. Screw summer and winter camp. Nobody likes summer or winter camp. It is long and it is sometimes boring if they pick a really rubbish book. It's not fun most of the time, especially if you only have like 3 kids and it's freezing cold and your school don't turn on the heating in the winter time when it's like minus 15 degrees Celsius. Just saying.
In Canada, that's shorts weather.
Shorts weather, minus 15 Celsius?
Yeah.
What else? Anyways, that in the UK, that's against the law, that's what I call. You have to desk warm. If you're not teaching classes, you usually have to stay in school. Even if it's like a whole day where they have a science fair, you would probably have to stay in school unless you use your vacation time. So you can be sitting at a desk for a ridiculous amount of time when you first start working. They probably won't throw you in first week of work because usually there isn't class first semester. But you will be sitting there doing nothing on your computer for a good 8 hours and it can get really boring. So make sure you bring a book or something to do. StarCraft. No, that influence, bad behavior.
You're right, sorry. Diablo 3.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Counter-Strike.
Oh my god. Another con that you have in public schools is open classes. Nobody likes to do an open class. Do you do open classes?
We do open classes.
Oh, well that sucks. Because you have to do probably 2 open classes a year. One for, or maybe even more, one for your principal and other teachers in your school, another for parents, your principal and other teachers in your school, and sometimes SMOE if you're renewing. I don't know if they've changed that now, but usually if you renew, SMOE will send someone over to come and watch your class. Or they'll send all the native teachers to come over and watch your class, and then, you know, you'll become someone used to do. I mean, it's not fun. I'm joking, sign up for it, you get money, yay! It was terrible, oh my gosh, I made a whole open class about Avengers and it was literally, it was epic. Yes, it was epic, but you just could never put it in a classroom. So you have to do open classes, which can kind of suck and they're a bit daunting, but once you get used to it, it's all good. Another con, well I see this as a con, is that you have a really big school and much bigger classes. So 25 kids in each class, maybe 4 or 5 classes per grade. That can be kind of hard to learn all their names. I probably know about 20%, maybe a bit more of my students' names, like both 4th and 6th graders. I have about 250 kids, 200 kids now, because the class is a lot smaller this year. So it's still a lot of kids to have in one class and a lot of names to memorize. Try and memorize their names, but it can kind of suck to have a massive school. My school's pretty small, so I don't have a problem, but most elementary schools are massive, so that can kind of suck a little bit. And those are all my cons of working in a public school. Which is the winner? You decide. You decide. Comment below, which do you think is the winner, public or private, for the better school type to go to?
Hashtag which one's better.
Hashtag which one's better. I haven't done a hashtag in a long time, so hashtag which one's better. Good job. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're leaving now. Annyeong!